Well, Ben, this issue is over those two witnesses, expert witnesses, who testified at Karen Read's first trial for the death of John O'Keefe, saying that John O'Keefe's injuries at that trial, that they did not match being hit by a car, and that the damage to Karen Read's car did not match hitting a person. Well, at the trial, as you may remember, those witnesses, the defense repeatedly said that those were independent experts. Correct. And that they were not hired by the defense and had come to their conclusions on their own. Today, the defense said that they did in fact pay those witnesses, but said that they did not pay them until after the trial was over. They said the invoice that came from the witnesses' employer, a company called ARCA, came, quote, out of the blue.
They have been retained by the government. They were being paid by the government. They maybe at a certain point didn't know who was going to pay their bills because they turned out they were going to provide testimony. That is a whole different issue, what they expected to be paid and by whom from what the defense expected.
In the outline, what the ARCA clearly is trying to accommodate the defense. And by representing to the court that there is no relationship, the hands are clean, they have no information, is not only not accurate, it is misleading and unfair.
The judge, Beverly Cannone, will now have to decide if Read's lawyers purposefully misled her and the jury during the very first trial, and if so, what sort of sanctions she should impose against the lawyers for Karen Read's. One option would be to revoke the permission for Alan Jackson, who is from California, to practice law in Massachusetts for the duration of this trial. A short time ago, Karen Read came down the steps of the courthouse and was asked about the possibility that she might lose one of her lawyers.
Are you worried that your defense will be removed?
Of course I'd be worried to lose any member of my defense team.
What would that mean? Well,
it would mean an appeal.
Now, throughout the hearing today, Judge Beverly Cannone did seem quite impatient. She was swinging back and forth in her chair, at times interrupting Karen Read's defense attorney as he was making his argument, but the judge did not issue any immediate ruling. Live in Dedham, David Meenick, WCVB News Center 5.